Good afternoon, everyone. This is John, the Sea Monkey Dude here, and we are back with the ROBO Diver set. I unboxed this a few days ago. If you haven't seen that video, go watch it when you're done watching this one. And a lot of you said you want me to set it up, so we're going to set it up. So that's what we're going to do in this video today. We're just going to set up the tank. We're not going to use the little diver himself yet. I want to wait till the pets grow a little bit, and then we will have the little diver go in there and feed them like he's supposed to. So we're not going to use him today. We're just going to set up the tank. In a couple weeks, once the pets are bigger and you can see them easier, we will try the Robo Diver out and see how he works. All right, so you may notice there's some water droplets on here. I rinsed out this tank already. I did that off camera because I did not think that would be exciting for any of you. Yeah, so I did that already. But now we're going to take this lid off. And we're going to add our packets. Now, these are the packets that came with it. Now, you'll notice one thing about these. They do not say made in the USA at the top. That tells me a couple things. First is that they're old packets. New packets always say made in the USA at the top. The second thing is they may or may not be viable. We don't know. They may not be because, one, they're old. Also, if you go and do some research on Sea Monkey lawsuit stuff, it'll pop up if you Google it. You can see that some of the older packets weren't using the right eggs. And I won't get into all the details on that, but they also might not be viable because it might have cheap eggs in there. So whenever you're setting up a Sea Monkey tank, even if you buy a vintage one like I did here, use new packets. They will say made in the USA at the top, just like these ones here. So I got packet number 1, packet number 2 with made in the USA at the top. These ones were ordered from seamonkeys.com. These ones we will not use, so we'll get them out of here. All right, this is the aqua leash that came with this set. We'll be using that today too. So I took the lid off. Now what I'm going to do is put these packets in here. If you follow the directions, you'll see that directions tell you to put packet number 1 in, just like I'm doing. Add some water, or maybe in the opposite order. Doesn't really matter. Mix it up, and then wait a day or day and a half before you put in packet number 2. If you're using good water, that's not exactly necessary. Now remember, this is my opinion, John the Sea Monkey Dude, not the opinion of Trans Science, the company that owns the Sea Monkey brand. Oops, they will tell you to wait that 24 hours. I don't work for them. I'm my own person with my own opinions. And you can wait, but you really don't need to. So, here we go. I put both packets in there. Now it's time for some water. Now, one thing I did not notice on here was a fill line like you see on a lot of the Sea Monkey tanks. Now, when I read the instructions that came with this, they're generic instructions that say to put in 10 ounces of water. Now, some of the newer sets tell you to use 12 ounces of water, and that's typically what I do for one set of packets. And there's even some Sea Monkey tanks like Ocean Volcano now that hold about 16 ounces of water for one set of packets, and they seem to do all right. Brine shrimp, including sea monkeys, can actually live in a big range of salinity, which is pretty cool. They don't like sudden changes, but if they grow up at a certain, salt level, they're usually fine, whether that's higher or lower. So I did not measure that water. I just filled it almost to the top there, which seems like 12 ounces or so. It looks about right to me. And if it's a little bit more, a little bit less, I think they're going to be just fine. So now I like to mix it up with the aqua leash. We got an aqua leash with this set. This is it right here. So I'm going to use that to stir it. We'll stir it a little bit for a minute or so, and then we will blow around some of the chunky salt that's still in there, hopefully help it dissolve. I love that octopus that's in there. He's pretty sweet looking. Octopus is a cool animal. Octopi are cool animals. How do you say that? I don't know. They're really unique, aren't they? A lot of people like to eat them. I don't. I like other seafood. I've tried octopus a few different ways. I've had it from Japanese restaurants. I've had it from Greek restaurants. I've had it raw. I've had it cooked. And every time I try it, I do not like it. And part of it definitely is the texture. I'm sure someone was going to ask that. Yes, the texture is definitely weird. All right, we've been stirring this for almost a minute here. We'll stir it a little bit more. I still see some white chunky salt in there, so we'll try to blow some of that around with the aqua leash as well. All right, let's do a little bit of that. This aqua leash is not awesome. You guys have heard me talk about different aqua leashes in different videos. Some are definitely better than others. Aqua leashes aren't all created equally. Usually the yellow ones are alright, but I guess not all yellow ones are the same. See, I'm denting the top when I'm pushing this in. That's what I don't like. I like plastic that's a little bit more sturdy. What aqua leashes do you guys have in your collections? They come in 4 colors that I know of. Maybe there's more that I'm unfamiliar with, but you can see I got a yellow one here. Purple is pretty common. So is, well, maybe not as common, but there's blue ones that are like a light blue, almost like this Magic Castle blue back here, but maybe even a little bit lighter than that. And there's ones that are like totally clear too, with no color to them. So, do you guys have a favorite color or favorite type of aqua leash? Let me know in the comments. All right, this is getting pretty good here. All right. Get all the water out of here, sort of shake it off a bit. That's really about it. Setting up a sea monkey tank isn't that difficult. Now, I will show you something really cool here, though. If you saw my last video, you saw this. This set comes with 2 lids. Here's the first one. This is the one you use when you're doing the whole ROBO diver thing. This is like a squeeze thing, and it changes the air pressure in there when this is on there. Pretty cool. Now, we're not going to do the whole ROBO diver thing, you know, with this little dude for a couple weeks. So I'm going to opt to use this lid instead. This one has got some ventilation holes on it, and I can take this magnifier lens off it really easily, use it to help see my pets once they start growing, and also feed them through that hole right there. A lot easier than with that other big lid. This one looks cool, and that's what you need for the ROBO diver to dive down and feed them. But if you're not doing that, this lid is much more practical. So we're going to put this one on there. Actually, this one does not have threading on the inside. It just sits there. That's it. There we go. That's still a really cool looking tank. I love the cylinder look on this. And I love that the top of it is more like a jar than the dome tanks like the Magic Castle and like the On Mars tank, which is really popular. Those both look really cool. Like, I love that Magic Castle one. I've got the Mars tank too. I haven't set it up yet. We'll do that soon. And they look cool, but this just seems way more practical to have a lid like this. Easier to clean out if you ever do need to clean it out. Yeah, they should do more cylinder tanks like this. I'd be into that. All right, you guys. That's all I wanted to show you today. People wanted to see me set this up. Hey, guess what? I set it up. I'm going to move it over to the right here onto this heating mat with these other tanks over here. And it'll sit there, and I'll give you some updates on how these guys grow. And once they're big enough to see pretty well on camera, we'll use this guy with the other lid and have him go down there and feed the pets. So stay tuned for that one in a few weeks. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great evening or a great whatever part of the day it is, when and where you're watching this. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.